Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to show you another fun fold card that you can do. It's not a difficult one, and I'm using some of the new designer series paper from the new mini catalogue, which is available for pre-order at the moment for demonstrators, and then it goes live early September for customers. I wasn't sure if I'd like this paper because it's quite dark and busy, but I really do love it. So I hope you like what I'm going to show you today. Just a couple of things before I start. I'll be really quick. My Facebook page is called Cards by Laura. If you want to, you can hop in there and follow along on that page. It's just with cards only, just for viewing, just to get some ideas of cards you might like to do or try. I do those on my workshops and classes, and I pop them in there for people to have a look at. I've also got a large Facebook group called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. It's close to, it's over 14,000 members in there. It's not exclusive to Stampin' Up! It's crafting, more or less. There for you to share your projects, and all the PDFs for my YouTube videos and my live videos that I do on a Saturday. All the PDFs are in the Files tab in that section. In the Featured tab, there's also a Featured tab up the top. The live videos are pinned to there, so you can watch them anytime. If you wish to join this group, make sure you answer the two questions. There's one, why you wish to join the group, and the other one is what, that you agree to the rules. If you don't see those questions on the device you're on, hop on to something else. If you're on your phone, try going on your iPad or a laptop and find the questions there. I do reject if you haven't answered your questions. So see how you go with that. I'm sure you'll love it. There's lots of lovely cards in there and ideas for you to look at. And if you're watching for the first time today, my YouTube channel is called Creative Gems. Love you to subscribe if you haven't already done so. So we shall get started. I'm usually fairly quick, and this one is not a difficult card to do. It's called a double easel fun fold. I'll give you the measurements in a minute. I've typed them up, and it works like this. I haven't decorated the front. I did intend not to do a belly band, but I changed my mind in the end because this was plain. I decided to decorate it up. The one I'm doing today, I'm putting a greeting on the belly band as well, but it is quite thick because there's some layers inside, and it sits up like that, and then another little easel at the front. So I'll just tip it on its side. You can see how it folds up. So it's a double easel. You've probably seen a lot of easel cards around, but this one is 2 in 1, and then it folds all flat to, it is quite thick with the extra easel inside, so you either do a belly band or you could pop some ribbon around to hold it together, put a card on the back and then bring it to the front and tie a bow at the front. But overnight it has gone a little bit more flat. It will probably cost you extra postage if you decide to pop it in the mail because it's quite thick. So, with all that chatting aside, we shall get started. And I'll show you the pieces as we go and what I'm using today. I'm using the same paper, different pattern, but in different colours. And I've also got this typed up for your measurements. These measurements will be in the description box of this video, so you can either take a screenshot of this or just hop into the description box. And these measurements plus the full tutorial of how to construct your card will be in the Files tab in that large group, Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. So we have to start with, we've got two pretty much bases. My first base here is 11 inches by 4 1/8. That's that one. And then the panel that sits up on that measures 5.5 by 4 1/8. That'll go on the top of that one eventually once we've done the scoring. And then we've got the smaller, I'll go back in here. We've got 2 of these here. We've got 5.5 by 2 1/8. That's that one there. And 2 3/4 by 2 1/8, which will go on the top of that one. That's our 2 easels. Now my mats, I've chosen Bubble Bath. The colours are written on the backs of the pack of the paper. I'll show you the paper in a minute. But it doesn't say Bubble Bath. But to me, this little colour in here is close to Bubble Bath. And I wanted to pick up one of the fewer colours out of the paper for my mats. On the first one I did white, which looked quite nice. When I choose paper, if it's a dark paper, I choose a light matte, and then your main part would be dark again. So you've got light in between dark. That's how I choose my paper or my design, what I want to do. If you put a dark matte, say you put the black on that, like that, it would make it really dark all over. So to break it up, I've put the Bubble Bath in between. I could have chosen one of these other colours, but they're pretty much all dark colours, and I do like Bubble Bath. So that's that. Now we've got 2 of these, which are 5 1/4 by 3 7/8. That's the, I'll go from this card here. It's the one in the back there, the white one, and the other white one down the bottom here. They're both the same size. That's those 2. 3 7/8 by 2 1/2 is this one here, which is going in the back of here. I was going to put a white one in there. That's your little writing panel in there where you write your message. But I think writing will show up nicely on the pink. So I kept it with the matte colours in the pink, in the Bubble Bath. That's the 3 7/8 by 2 1/2. And then we've got another little one, which is the front easel here at the front, which goes underneath here. That one there, which is 2 1/2 by 1 7/8, and another one the same size, which I have embossed. You can emboss or stamp it. This one here I've stamped. I did emboss that one as well, but you can't see it as much. This one here I've embossed, and I've used the layered florals 3D. You won't see much of the embossing anyway when I've put my decoration on it. Then my DSP, we've got 2 different designs, and I've tried to coordinate them a little bit. One at the front, this will be on the front one. That's 5 by 3 5/8, and the other one is down underneath, which is just the mottled pattern, which most of it's going to get covered anyway. That's the same size. So you've got 2 different designs there in that size. Put that one over there. Then we've got one of this little one here, 2 1/4 by 1 5/8, which goes down in under here. That's that one. My belly band, which I've got over this side. Just get it out. That's all the pieces for your card base. Put those aside. I've got some decorations there as well. My belly band is 9 1/2 by 1 1/4. And as usual, I join my belly band at the front. I've got a little bit of white powder on that, but that will come off. You won't see that. It'll be on the back side. Done that one. Mat is 4 by 1, which is the Bubble Bath, and then the DSP on top of that is 3 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. And then I've got some decorations here. I'll show you how I've done those after. Just some scrap for your decorations and your greeting, and some embellishments. I'll go through those later. I shall show you the paper pack. We'll put that aside. This paper pack is quite stunning, actually. I can see me using a bit of it. They had the zinnia paper, which is still in the online exclusives, and I was never fussed on the zinnia. I'm not sure why. I think it's the oranges and those sorts of colours. I like pinks and blues, and there is some beautiful, beautiful paper in here. These are in the Blackberry Bliss and those sorts of colours. And then there's a lovely blue one here. That there, so stunning. And that's another one, same. There are 2 different ones here. I think that one is different to the one I'm not sure which one is different. I think one's supposed to be different to the other. That's the same as that one. And then there's a different one. Can't tell the difference by looking at that one there. Not overly fussed, but I'm sure I can do something with it. And then the backs of those in the blue. Very, very pretty paper. It is called, it's in the mini, Regal Winter 12 by 12. It comes as a suite. There's a stamp set and dies that go with it, and I'll show you those. So it's the Regal Flora, which is a lot of these images I'm using. Nice images, and there's dies in here to cut out the flowers and the leaves and everything else, and there's your images in there. The thanks on the first card here I got from this, and this little stamp here I've used, the tiny little one here I've used, and those leaves. So I've pretty much used all of those, and that flower under there is what I've used to hold my easel up at the bottom. So that is that. The greetings I've used on this next one are birthday wishes is going on the front, and then I've got this little one, this little hello to put inside out of those two sets, and that is that. Now we shall get to some crafting. I'll just get make sure I'm getting my scoring correct. We'll put that over there. I need a trimmer, and you'll start with your main base, and it's scored at, and I do know if you haven't got a scorer, you can always fold this one by itself, because it's just folded in half and then in half again. So we're scoring at 2 3/4. This is on your long piece, on the long side of the main piece. 2 3/4 and 5 1/2, which is there. So it's basically in half like that, and then in half again. So it will sit up like so. If you can see that, that creates your easel. We've got a panel that sits on the front of here. We'll do this other scoring one as well. Find it underneath all these pieces. So this is my second one. I'm just finding where it is on here. Oh yes, score the second one. 1 3/8. I thought I'd lost it for a minute. 1 3/8, which is there. And this one's in half and half again. And then 2 3/4. Because the measurement was 5 1/2 to start with. So it's pretty much in half and then in half again underneath. Fold it into two mountain folds, and that creates your little easel for the front piece. And that's all the scoring you'll need to do. So then we can assemble, and I like to assemble with it out flat. I'll just get my bone fold and burnish all of those score lines first. Little bits of fluff everywhere. Black is not the best colour to work with, but I did like it. It doesn't say black on this paper in the description on the back, but to me the background looks black. So this one here, this main base here, it'll get covered with paper anyway. It's got some white fluff on it. That's going to sit on here. So if you fold it out flat, we'll get our liquid glue and just put liquid glue on here. Not right close to the edge so it doesn't ooze out everywhere. And then when you do this, the best way to get it nice and straight is just fold it in half flat, pop this on top, nice and even on the sides and even top and bottom, as if you're just layering one on top of the other. And then give that a good press down. That's your first easel. I'll give it a good press so it doesn't lift up, and that will sit up like so. Same with your little one, and we have this one that goes on there, Exactly the same process. It's just double ups with one bigger than the other. It's quite an effective card. I've seen lots of easel cards, but I don't think I've ever seen a double easel one, although there's probably been lots around. Make sure that's all nice and straight. And then we shall put all the decoration pieces on. There's no, can't do this or that before that, so we'll leave the belly band till last. Now this nice pretty one here is going on the front, but we're going to put a mat behind it first. I'll just put some liquid glue on this one. I can't believe we're into September. It's spring already. So looking forward to the weather now. I'm not a winter person. Never been fussed on winter. And this paper is nice spring flowers. Reminds me of spring. So both of these, one goes up the easel and the other one goes flat down underneath. So we can, yes, that's the right size. This was the back of the other paper, so it's just the reverse. Some of them are not lined up. They don't coordinate with the front of the paper as opposed to the back. This one did. You can just flip it over and use the same piece both sides. Some of them have totally opposite colours that didn't go together. So that's those. This one will go down in under here, which we can put down first. It's got to go down before the easel. I'll put some adhesive on that. If you're interested in joining my big group, I'd love to have you in there. Just flip through all the files tab in there. There's lots and lots of PDFs, tutorials in there for you to give it a try. My live videos I do on a Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Not 9 a.m, 10 a.m, sorry. 10 a.m, that's Australian Eastern Standard Time. Which you probably need to, I think in America, most of them, it's Friday evening over there. And I know different states in Australia, Western Australia is a bit different to us. There, when it's 10 o'clock here, it's probably 8 o'clock over there. So there's a lot of places that are different. So just Google what time is it in Australia at whatever time it is for you, and you'll find out what time it is. It may not suit everybody at that time, but the replay is always in the featured tab for you to watch, so you can hop in there and have a look. I'm just talking away while I'm doing this because it's just a matter of gluing all the pieces down. This is quite a quick card, but I think the paper says it all. Just remember, if you do request to join that group, to answer those 2 questions, because I will reject if they're not answered. You must agree to the rules. The rules are in the group as well, so you can go back and read them in there if you wish. But I do like, we haven't had any problems with people not going by the rules, so this one is going on this little one here. I'm doing the alternate pattern down in underneath. Haven't had any, well, we've had maybe 1 or 2. I've been going with this group for a couple of years now. Haven't had too much spam come through, which sometimes you do get with large groups. I've only ever, I think, 1 or 2 that we've had over the time. Just going to refer back to this one because I want to keep it similar. So that one's down in under here. I'm probably all over the place with this, but you'll see once go through and cut all your pieces first. That's, I always do that. When I'm choosing a card, I choose my paper first, and then I choose the cardstock that I want to go with that paper, and then cut all my pieces so that they're all ready to go. I don't assemble anything until everything's cut. Even my greetings and stuff are all cut before I, what was I putting? Oh, this one. We'll do that decoration in a minute. And then this embossed one will go on the front of here. you won't see a lot of the embossing once it's got the decoration piece on. Just trying to remember what I had for, I don't think I've done a stopper for the front. I was putting that up there, but I might have to put it down the bottom here. Why don't I have a look? We could put this down and we could put that up there. That will be okay. I didn't do any sort of stopper for the front here, which I should have. I might just, no, I shall do that. I need some embellishments, not embellishments, dimensionals on the back of this. And I need, just trying to think, I've thrown myself off track because I should have done another flower to go. I will do another one after to put down there. So we'll just put this on first. This is the stopper that's going to hold up this. I'm going to put it a little ways back so that it holds it up nice and high. So I've just got a couple of dimensionals at the back of that. This one here, I'll do another one after, I think, and put up there, but at the moment I'm going to just put this one. You can see the photo of it once I've done it. And I'll put these, because I did put another greeting on the belly band instead of on here. So we can put those on there. You could just leave it embossed if you like, just like that. Just want to take a little bit of the plainness off. That one on there. And that sits up. Now this one here, this is going to sit here. And what I suggest, which I've been using a fair bit of lately, are my foam adhesive sheets. Because I need adhesive sheet all over. You could use dimensionals all over the back of that, but I'm going to cut a piece off these adhesive sheets, the same size or similar, just a little bit smaller than this base piece. So up there. Doesn't have to be, you don't want it the same size because you don't want it overhanging out the edges. I'll just cut that off there. I love these because they keep the whole area nice and flat for you. Take the back off that and just pop this on the back of there. Gives you a nice firm base to put your, I think they're a smidge higher than the normal dimensionals, so not a lot, but if you're going to, the card's going to be bulky anyway for the amount of cardstock layers, so a little bit more thickness is not going to bother. So what I'm doing is just going back about 1/4 inch here. It doesn't matter if it's not exact, and then center it both ways across this way. So I'm just holding that flat, giving it centered in there and dropping that down onto there. It's pretty much in the center, like so. And that one will sit up and that one will sit up, which is just like so, if you can see that. That's how quick it is to put together. Then my belly band, I shall lie all this flat. Now when you do a belly band, you don't want it too tight, but then you don't want it too loose either. So it's just a matter of finding somewhere in between. So all I'm doing is laying that even sort of both sides. Bring this up on one side, just wrap it across loosely, not too tight, and the same on this side. Just pinch it as you go and then straighten this up just to get the tightness of it, and just wiggle that up and down a little bit. We haven't stuck anything down yet. When you go to stick it, then you work on your tightness. So that one and that one. Because the card's so thick, you need a little bit of looseness there. Then I'm going to use some tape, some tear and tape, to hold it together. Tear and tape's a lot stronger than just liquid glue. I'll put a piece on the outside of that and a piece on the underside of that as well. That's all it needs on those. I'll just burnish those as well so that they're nicely stuck down. Remove the backs off that. And then just loosely hold this together. You don't want it too tight. And you can wiggle it backwards and forwards. So just nice and loose there. And then just give it a push to make sure it's going to come up and down, which it will, like so. That's the front of my card. Just double check and make sure it's not too tight. This one is quite thick, so you've got a little bit of room to squeeze it in and have it fit properly anyway. And then we've got these two pieces. So this one's going on here, which we can liquid glue onto there. You could put tear and tape on this piece as well. And that covers your join at the front, and you're not seeing a join at the back either. The back's nice and smooth, blends in with the rest of your card. That's that, and then I've chosen the alternate pattern on the front of this, just to break it up a little bit. You won't see a lot of this once I put the decoration on the front. Both of these are flat. They don't need layering up. That's that one there. And then I've just done this little arrangement. What I did, I've used my decal circle dies. That's those two there. That little one was for the greeting inside. This one here is this size of this one. I heat embossed with white heat powder, embossing powder on some bubble bath cardstock, just some of the images, and flip them around. I put adhesive over the back of that and then just arrange them at the back. Then I've cut I think it was a 1.5 inch circle, and I'm going to put that over the top of that just to secure all those pieces in. It gives you a nice backing for you to put your dimensionals as well. So I'm just putting that on the back of there. Gives you a nice base, and it holds your whole arrangement together. And then I can put some dimensionals on, and we're almost done. I do like dimensionals because I like things sitting up into layers. Put those away. I've got some embellishments as well. I'll just get this straight so that the wording is straight on the front. Actually, I might move those further to the middle a bit because they're going to hang out past the belly band. I should have put them, if you think of it, put them on the belly band and not on the greeting, because you don't want them overhanging. I think they'll be right there. You don't want them overhanging outside the belly band that they're going to get stuck to the card, and they're not, which is good. And that is that. And then I've got these embellishments. I'm going to use, I think I don't know what colour to use. I think I might use those lighter pink ones on just on the belly band. A couple of these, because you won't see them. Oh, they look okay. I might put them up here. The other darker ones are a bit too dark. They will go on light cardstock. Move this one over a little bit. There we go. 3's enough. And that's that. That is my card for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Really quick to do, and lots of layering. I'll just pop that one up, and then that one up. It looks quite nice. I missed doing what I wanted to do there, but it looks okay anyway. And you've got your little writing panel in underneath for you to write a greeting. A lot of people I know don't like writing on the backs of cards, so it's nice where it's hidden in under there by itself. I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for joining me again this week, and I'll catch you again next Monday at 9 AM. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.